Yo, what's up? So this is for all my flame key holders that understand the basics of sovereignty, embodying your higher inner God and goddess self so that you can literally start to undo these false light grids just by being, and you understand how your aura is literally a field around you that influences all the other fields around you. So the message for you guys, you chosen ones, star seeds, etc., that carry these codes, is that you're gonna have to accept that in the same way that everybody has things that they have to face within themselves that they know is right, they know that it's good, but it goes against what the current society and reality deems as acceptable. You know, things like sexuality, overall expression, speaking your truth. You know, like for example, speaking your truth about spiritual stuff, right? Like when you start speaking out, you're gonna have to deal with people around you in your life saying, hey, people are gonna think you're crazy, dude. You can't say that. They're gonna think you're delusional. Or cut your hair. And you're like, I'm not gonna cut, like, you know, like I'm expressing myself. Or, you know, back in the day, if you were gay, it was a big deal. Now it's not. We've come a long way in that sense. But, you know, the point is the more of a role you have here with being a flame key holder for this mission of getting rid of these false light grids, the more you are gonna have to accept that you are even bigger than most people in terms of what you know is acceptable in society. Meaning you come from very high ranking, high vibrational realities and multiverses where things are completely different. Like you've probably had a life, like the most wacky, bizarre worlds you can think of, you've probably been in at some point. And because of that, you come from higher vibrational realities where a lot, like even more stuff than the stuff we're dealing with here wouldn't be acceptable here, if you get what I'm saying. And you kind of have to like use even more discernment than the average spiritual person waking up when it comes to discerning what is truly acceptable. You know, you have to distinguish like what is the false light matrix programming and what is true. For example, the false light programming, the matrix programming, wanted you to think that like gay marriage was bad, for example. They wanted you to think that they didn't want you to know what manifestation was. They didn't want you to know that you create your reality. They didn't want you to be creative. They wanted you in an office. They didn't want you creating music, you know? So that's the false light programming in the matrix. But we know that that's bullshit, right? So it's like we're gonna have to face, like what I'm trying to say is like we bring even more intensity with that. We are like the degenerates, the taboos, if you get what I'm saying. The people that are like the hedonists basically. And so like think like Luffy, kind of like how like Luffy just does whatever the F he wants, you know? And we gotta deal with that on an internal level a lot more, because we also are typically targeted a lot more by the false light matrix programming, meaning we grow up with a lot of families or people that really push the false light agendas on us to make us doubt ourselves. So if you're a flame key holder, you are just meant to live your life as a celebration and do whatever the F you want. And when you do meditate, you need to really allow yourself to delve in and go even deeper. Like, I'm talking like go deeper. Like, you have the type of shit within you that's not written about. It's not even conceptualized about. That's how weird and otherworldly it is compared to here. Like, otherworldly, next generation, future timeline ideas from 10,000 years in the future. You know what I'm saying? One more thing. When you embody that here and you live it and you be it, that alone sends so much codes from your chi, your aura, the bubble around you, into the earth, into the grids around you, even into other people's energy fields around you. And it literally starts to deactivate and burn a lot of this false light parasitic stuff. You know, it starts to burn the real bad guys' energy from even being here. Like, you start to literally wax them off the planet, which is amazing. So, hell yeah. The more you embody, the more that we clear in distortions. So, be big. You may be bigger than the multiverse itself. In the same way that, like, a lot of us are ahead of our time, you can be ahead of the multiverse. You can be ahead of the omniverse. No matter what, never doubt yourself. Ever. Blessings. Peace out.